Hello everyone, and welcome back to Problem Solving. In today's video, we'll solve a fun and simple Codeforces problem called Mishka and Game, Problem 703A. As always, I'll walk you through the problem, explain the logic behind the solution, and share the Python code. Remember, the complete code will be available in the comments below, so be sure to check it out. Let's begin by understanding the problem. In this problem, Mishka and Chris are playing a series of games. For each game, both players receive scores. The player with the higher score wins that game. If the scores are equal, it's a tie. At the end of all the games, we need to determine 1. If Mishka won more games, print Mishka 2. If Chris won more games, print Chris 3. If they both won an equal number of games, print friendship is magic. Input explanation. The first line contains an integer, n, the number of games they play. The next, n, lines, each contain two integers, m, and c. Here, m is Mishka's score, and c is Chris' score for a single game. The output is one of the following: Mishka if Mishka wins more games, Chris if Chris wins more games. Friendship is magic if both win an equal number of games. Now, let's break down the solution. The approach. First we start by reading the number of games, n. Next initialize two counters, Mishka and Chris, to keep track of how many games each player has won. Third loop through the scores for each game. If Mishka's score is greater than Chris' score, increment Mishka by 1. If Chris' score is greater than Mishka's score, increment Chris by 1. Finally, after processing all the games, compare the Mishka and Chris counters. If Mishka's counter is greater, print Mishka. If Chris' counter is greater, print Chris. Otherwise, print friendship is magic. Here's the Python code that implements this solution. First line, n equals int, input, reads the number of games. Second line, Mishka, Chris equals 0, 0, initializes counters to keep track of the number of games each player wins. The for loop iterates over the input scores for each game. Using map int input split, we read Mishka's score, m, and Chris' score, c. Inside the loop, if Mishka's score is greater, increment Mishka's counter. If Chris' score is greater, increment Chris' counter. After the loop, the final comparison determines the winner. If Mishka wins more games, print Mishka. If Chris wins more games, print Chris. If both win an equal number of games, print friendship is magic. Let's go over an example. Game results: Game 1, Chris wins. Game 2, tie. Game 3, Mishka wins. Since both win one game each, the output is friendship is magic. That's it for this video. If you found it helpful, make sure to like, share, and subscribe for more problem-solving sessions. Don't forget to check the comments for the complete code. See you in the next video.